Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. I am Coach Criss. I am your clarity and accountability coach, and I'm so excited to be here this morning with you. I think I've got things figured out regarding our schedule and also I'm believing that the earlier morning hours will be the best time for me to actually hop on live and to speak with you regarding our topic of the day. And so it is Wednesday here in this neck of the woods, in this part of the world. And it is our Walk on Water Wednesdays. Walk on Water Wednesdays, where we discuss the supernatural assist. And if you have been watching the broadcasts and live streams up until this point, you know that I just really drill down on some really practical tweaks that you can use in your own thought process, in your own journey, that will give you that supernatural edge, that supernatural advantage. And a lot of what we share isn't what you would think a supernatural assist is. We're on Walk on Water Wednesdays, and we're speaking about avoiding the pitfalls of prematurity. So, nowhere, this isn't a class or a coaching session on gestational maturity or prematurity or childbirth or anything along those lines. But I love drawing a correlation between those things that we're highly familiar with and then how to apply those same principles to our own personal lives, our own personal mindsets, our own personal journeys, so that we can avoid, in this instance, avoid the pitfalls that are associated with prematurity. So let me just go further and share a couple of other items with you. Although prematurity primarily refers to babies being born early, the concept, and this is what I want us to get today, the concept of prematurity can be applied to other contexts beyond childbirth. And here's some of them. Product development. Product development. In the context of product development, prematurity can refer to releasing a product to the market before it is fully developed or tested. So that would be prematurity. This premature release can lead to quality issues, quality issues. Get this, guys. Quality issues, customer dissatisfaction. Come on, all as a result of being premature or releasing a product prematurely, and potentially harm the reputation of the company. And in financial markets, prematurity in financial markets can refer to making investment decisions or trades prematurely without sufficient research, analysis, or consideration of market conditions. And then the list goes on. Decision making. You can make a premature decision. And now we're getting closer to where I really want our conversation to go today. In decision making, prematurity in decision making can occur when individuals or organizations make important decisions hastily or without adequate information, leading to suboptimal outcomes or intended consequences or unintended consequences. Let me read that again. Prematurity in decision making can occur when individuals or organizations make important decisions hastily without adequate information, leading to suboptimal outcomes or unintended consequences. And then lastly, let's just talk about this a little bit. Relationship commitments. Prematurity in relationships can refer to making commitments or decisions about marriage, cohabitation, or family planning before individuals are emotionally or financially ready. This can lead to strained relationships, divorce, or challenges in raising a family. In these examples, prematurity involves acting or making decisions prematurely without proper consideration or preparation. Consideration and preparation, which can lead to negative outcomes or consequences. So if you join me and we've had these conversations, you know much of what I share with you is based on us attempting to redeem the time or to catch up or to put action to those things that you intend, plan, and purpose to transpire in your lives. Because I would say it's far more likely for us to lag behind our timing than it is for us to be preemptive or premature in our decision making. But today I was having a conversation with someone and it just brought this topic up. And I said, I want to share it with my friends out here. I want to share it with my clients. I want to share this little warning flag on Walk on Water Wednesdays, because this area of moving too quickly or in moving prematurely before you have had an opportunity to process and do the research and contemplate and consider the various aspects and angles and do your proper research, as we just read, can lead to prematurity can lead to failure. It can lead to failure. It can lead to not realizing optimal results. So let's talk about this. Let's unpack this a little bit, because it's something that I believe that you need to hear and understand this morning as you're listening to this. We cannot be too quick to judge a particular situation, a particular set of circumstances. We don't want to operate in the place of just being rash and making rash decisions, not decisions that are not well thought out, decisions that are just spur of the moment, off the top of your dome, making a decision, making a determination, and you haven't put the work in. Put the work in. Take the time. So there's a balance here, right? You must take the time to put the work in, and you want your timing to align with that. What's the natural time to progress and to go forward? And as I mentioned earlier, most of us lag beyond that time. That opportunity is screaming and hollering, and it's right there, and it's just blasting right in our faces, and we just let it move on by. But then there are instances that we run into unforeseen challenges and unforeseen and unanticipated adversity, which causes unnecessary setbacks because we move too quickly. So my coaching advice and perspective to you today is to exercise, like you're lifting weights. I'm headed to the gym right after this, so I'll be on those machines lifting weights. Exercise patience and be in tune with the timing in your life, not governed by fear. Because if you're governed by fear, you will experience procrastination, trepidation. You will not have the capacity to move forward when it's time. Because listen, timing is everything, and time is not on our side. And again, most of us are in the place where we're attempting to make up time. We're wanting to catch up. But there's a sweet spot. If I can tell you this, even if you find yourself, as you're listening to this, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, it doesn't matter. Well, if you're listening to this, 9 times out of 10, you're someone who has allowed a lot of opportunities to pass you by. You've missed your timing. But I want to encourage you today on Walk on Water Wednesday. Listen, you can get back in the game. The time to get back in the game is now. But then even as you take that step, yesterday I was sharing with you on Making Moves Monday, at least make some phone calls. At the very least, that's something that you can do. Make some phone calls, do something. So as you take those steps and you make those moves, be sensitive to the timing of your next move. Timing is so pivotal and important. And do not allow external forces to pressure you into moving too quickly. Pressure you into, oh, well, what's going on? You said that last week. You said that last month. You said that 10 years ago. We talked about that whole 10-year ago thing. That's not cool. That means that there's some corresponding actions that are not taking place, right? But certainly you cannot allow yourself to be pressured to go too fast and jump into prematurity. But by the same token, you do not want to lag behind. So there is a sweet spot. There's a sweet spot for you to operate and function and take steps and take those moves, make those steps. Now, I hear you asking me, how do I know? How do I know whether I'm lagging behind, or how do I know if I'm being premature? How do I know these things? And listen, this is the key to knowing to the best of your ability. You will never know 100% of the time unless there are some just clear, glaring confirmations and the opportunity just smack lines up with exactly what you were doing in that moment, and this random person or this random opportunity comes to you and you were just right in the middle of preparing, say for instance, a presentation, and then someone calls and says, can you present to our club today for whatever reason? Now, that unpacks so much more, because in that example that I just used, if you are preparing every single day, you're making moves. So if you're preparing, if you're putting yourself in position, listen to this, every single day you're doing something to put yourself in position to advance, to accelerate, to level up, to excel, to expand. You're putting the work in. You're working on your mindset. You're working on your heart. You're working on your perspectives. You're putting the work in to unpack traumas and drama and all types of things. And you're walking in forgiveness, and you're walking away from baggage, and you're doing all the things that are necessary for you to be successful in whatever your goals are in life. You're making those moves. You'll be far more sensitive to the timing. Remember, a couple of weeks ago, I shared with you how movement demands action, and then, or leads to action. It breeds action. So movement, once you start moving, it breeds action. You start taking action and taking some action steps. And then what happens is traction. You start gaining traction. And then from traction, you gain momentum. So this is something that we talked about a couple of weeks ago, that motion, action, traction, and momentum. So if you are finding yourself in those earlier stages of making moves and taking action, your next stage is to gain some traction. And as you're gaining traction, opportunities will begin to come your way. That is the supernatural assist of today. Those opportunities will begin to come your way. And because you have been preparing through your movement, through your actions, because you have been making smaller moves, you are then placing yourself in position to take advantage of the larger opportunities that come your way. It is like it's an energy, you guys. And I don't just say that lightly, like in some new age way, because I don't play with the new age. But I'm saying it scientifically, and I'm saying it spiritually. Any item, any matter that is in motion, it creates an attraction as it moves through time and space. There other particles, other articles, other items that are around will be drawn to that moving item or that moving entity, or you, as you're moving, as you're taking those steps, as you're preparing, you are attracting everything that you need to succeed. And because you are preparing and because you are making moves, the supernatural assist is this. Don't force it. Do not force it. Prepare, and then as opportunities come, take advantage of those opportunities. You don't have to question whether your timing is on or your timing is off. Take advantage of the opportunities because they will come in alignment with what you have already been preparing for. So with the example that I was just sharing with you a couple of minutes ago regarding you working on a presentation, you may be that person who says, I don't have anyone to present to right now, but I'm going to start preparing presentations. This is key for someone. You're going to take what I just said and you're going to run with it. I know you are. Please just circle back around and let me know you did it. If you're preparing today for the future, or doing presentations or doing trainings or writing a book or whatever the case is, whatever it is that you desire to do, and today you're doing those outlines, you're working on your presentations, and all the various components of what goes on in that, once the opportunity comes, you are then in perfect position to seize that opportunity and to take advantage of it. So, other thing I want to share with you that I feel is so pivotal and important. Do not allow fear of failure to circumvent your progress. Do not allow fear of failure to circumvent your progress. And oftentimes, not taking the step, not advancing, not going forward, not seizing the opportunity, not carpe diem, seize the day, not having that mindset is caused by fear. It's caused by some deep-seated fear that you have, or some deep-seated anger, or something that isn't pure from within your heart, mind, soul, and spirit. So we want you to begin this journey with a very pure heart and do the work, make the moves, grow, evolve as a person, change. You mature. And as you mature, your opportunities will mature. Does that make sense? As you mature as an individual, your opportunities will mature. If you are not mature yet, if you're not ready yet for that next level, the opportunities that come your way will be premature. They won't be ready either. That was key. That was key. So you work on making the moves that you can make, allowing yourself to develop. And this is what I do with my clients. We go through this clarity and accountability and development process so that when opportunities come their way, they are the right opportunities, and they don't have to worry about entering those opportunities prematurely. If you know you're not ready, and this is something else that I read earlier, if you know that you're not ready, and you know that you have not done the work, and you know that you have not prepared, and you know that you have not done the research, why launch out there? Why seize an opportunity if you know that you're not ready? That would be premature. It would be premature. And let me share some good news with you, because I just felt someone's heart just drop like, oh man, how much longer do I have to wait? I've got a lot of work to do. You may be saying, Coach Criss, I've got a lot of work to do on myself. I've been out here taking stabs and jabs at things, and I know I'm not ready. I know I'm not the person that I need to be, that is required for me to function at the next level. Man, if I take the time to do that, these opportunities may never come around again. That is not true. I'm here to tell you, as your online coach, that is not true. Take the time to do the work. Take the time to become the person that you need to become in order to attract the opportunities that are ripe and ready for your picking. The, those opportunities will attract to you right on time. And if you are a Christian believer, one thing that we do know, and two things we know for certain, that God's timing is impeccable and that he is a redeemer of time. So even when you feel as though you have lost time, you've wasted time, that time is behind you and opportunities you've missed over time, we know that we have a covenant that dictates that time is redeemed. We have access to time redemption. So God will redeem the time in your life. This is Coach Criss. I am so elated that you and I had an opportunity to spend this time together on this Walk on Water Wednesdays. Listen, embrace the process. Don't just jump out unprepared, jumping out in prematurity. That's what causes those opportunities to be premature. They just weren't ready for you, and you just were not ready for them. Have a phenomenal rest of your Wednesday, and I will see you Friday on Forward Focus Friday. Take care. God bless. The best is yet to come. Bye-bye.